Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Boxing Day reading. And I'm reading on some quite strange and tricky topics today. The one that I'm reading on now was suggested to me by the latest Body Language Guy YouTube video. And he was talking about Prince Harry, and he was talking about men and how they need a purpose in life. It's, of course, quite a, I suppose, controversial topic nowadays. You're not allowed to identify too specifically as one gender and give them attributes. But let's accept that men need a purpose for the sake of this reading, that they do need something to do. And Prince Harry, he would say, does not seem to have anything to do. He appears to be floundering, and instead of drawing attention to whatever mission, whatever purpose he has in life, he's drawing attention to himself. I thought it was an interesting topic, an interesting take on things. And so, yes, I'm going to be doing a reading on Prince Harry, how he views himself, his role with the royal family, his own family. Is his purpose going to be with the military? Is it going to be with mental health issues? What's in the way of it? And will he ever really find a purpose? And I am going to be using the Zombie Tarot for this reading. I haven't used it for a very long time on this channel. It is a bit of a controversial deck. It is a bit of a gruesome deck. I know some people really hate it. So if you're a little bit squeamish and on Boxing Day don't feel like looking at zombies, please avert your gaze. You can still listen to the reading. I always try to tell what the cards are, whether they're in the upright or the reverse. And but the reason I'm using the Zombie Tarot is not because I personally think that Prince Harry is a zombie, but because it depicts military men. So if that military focus is going to be Harry's purpose in life, I need cards with soldiers on them. And this happens to be the one deck that I can guarantee. There they are. There are there. Lots of them. Men in uniform. So a short reading, a 7-card reading that I'm going to be doing very specific. And I will explain the cards as I go through. I'm trying to keep the readings a bit shorter today. I do get a bit carried away sometimes, but let's see what the Zombie Tarot has to say about Prince Harry, the man without a mission. So it looks, at the moment, he's tried a lot of things. He's done a bit of this and a bit of that, dabbled here, dabbled there. Nothing really seems to have stuck, and he is hurtling towards 40 at this stage, although they do try to portray themselves, he and Meghan, as a young couple. Still not really. And let's have a look and see. So, how does he view himself and his own eyes, his own role, his own purpose? A 7 of Wands, and that's in reverse for those who are not looking. 7 of Wands in reverse is he can't defend himself. He really feels under attack. And I would say that it's almost certain, of course, just my opinion, that he watched that video by the Body Language Guy. He's feeling really vulnerable. He's feeling really exposed. He's feeling really attacked. And it's very obvious. And I know I struggled in life to find a path. I did work, I did have a job, but it never felt like a vocation. It took me a long time to figure out what that really was. I stuck at it. I stuck at my job, and I was able to finally find my way. But I would hate to be trying to do that under the microscope as Prince Harry is having to do it, being analysed by people like the Body Language Guy, by people like me. He's doing it in a very public way. He's making his mistakes in a very public way. And I do feel for him. I do feel for him with the 7 of Wands in reverse, because he is struggling with this. He is not confident. He is not feeling in his own power, in his own self. He's feeling very vulnerable. He's feeling very exposed, very attacked at the moment. So, how does he see his role in relation to the royal family? And we get the Four of Hazards in reverse, which is the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is, of course, the card. You can see this man's got he's down in a bunker. He's got it's stocked. He's going to ride out the zombie apocalypse down there. He's safe, he thinks. But when it's in the reverse, and so of course that's got your assets, got everything that you need. In the reverse, you've lost control of a situation, you've lost control of your assets, you're not well stocked, well provided for, you're vulnerable. He feels that he's out of that secure place. Fours are all about security and stability. It's in the reverse. He doesn't have a place in the royal family. Doesn't have a role in the royal family, and he is now on the fringes. He's been kicked out of that safe place, out of the bunker, and the zombies are coming for Prince Harry. And I'm not actually being mocking when I say that, because I can feel the fear as I say that. It's a real visceral fear in my gut as I say that. It's something that's keeping him awake at night. Wouldn't be surprised to see the Nine of Swords floating around in this reading. Its energy is here anyway. How does he feel his role in relation to his own family, his little family, which is now a family apparently because of Lilibet? Temperance. So very important for him. That he is somehow finds balance, finds meaning in his family, finds harmony, finds purpose with the family. It's a major arcana, the Temperance card. Is healing. There is that syringe in this card. It's very obvious that this is a card of healing, of fixing a situation, of balancing a situation, creating that equilibrium in himself that he lacked when he was in the royal family. So yes, he sees his focus really, his purpose really with that little family unit in Montecito, and not with that enormous family, the very public institution that the royal family is. So the fourth card of this reading is, how does he see his role with the military? Of course, he was being groomed and positioned as the member of the royal family who was dealing with military matters. He stepped into his grandfather's shoes very briefly with the Royal Marines, and then of course left them in the lurch. Taken his titles away, his military honours away, the Queen has done in the past year or so. He's not allowed to wear his uniforms anymore. How does he feel about the military and his purpose with the military? And I get the Magician in the reverse. This was a big blow for him, a massive blow. The Magician in the upright is the trickster card, but it's manifesting things and saying, look, I'm cooking up this thing, I'm cooking up a role for you, Prince Harry, and I'm going to make you look good. Image management. The Magician is very much about image management, and Prince Harry had that wonderful private secretary. I think he was his private secretary. I can't remember precisely what capacity Edward Lane Fox was in the royal household, what his relationship precisely was with Prince Harry, but he was the one who did the image management for Prince Harry and set up the whole Invictus Games thing, the walking with the wounded, all of that, made Prince Harry look so good that P.E. Prince Harry was the most popular royal for a while, rehabilitated him after the Vegas fiasco, the Nazi uniform fiasco, all of that. We're not seeing a uniform here, we are seeing the Magician. So it was smoke and mirrors. It was smoke and mirrors. It wasn't real. That is very interesting, and I'm feeling that as I'm saying that to you. It was not real. It was an illusion. And the illusion is over with the Magician card in the reverse. Even Prince Harry can't convince himself anymore that there was anything real about that he was a war hero, that he was looked up to. It's all gone. The little person behind the curtain has been exposed, behind the green curtain or whatever colour it was in The Wizard of Oz. The Magician has been exposed. The wizard has been exposed for the fraud that he is. And that's very unfortunate for Prince Harry. So the hot topic for him at the moment that he goes on and on about, but doesn't seem to be cured of, is mental health issues. Is that where he's going to be focusing himself in future? Three of Cups in reverse doesn't look like it. It's not making him happy. Three of Cups is about what makes you happy, partying with your friends, celebrating, having a good time. It can be having too much of a good time, the Three of Cups, particularly when it's in the reverse. But no it's not making him happy. Going on and on about mental health issues without really actually sorting them out is not the way forward for Prince Harry. And I think he knows that at some level, that this isn't the way forward for him. So we're seeing the only positive that's come out of this reading so far is his own little family. And I keep saying the word little family. It is a little family at the moment. Very young children that he has. And there is nobody around that little family. They have cut off all their support. It's as if they've shot off into the air, tied balloons to their little house, and up they've gone, like that delightful movie Up. If you've ever seen it, you'll know what I'm talking about. But those balloons, they could pop one by one and that little house would come tumbling down. It's perilous. It's perilous, this idea for him, that his role is with his family. And I'm not saying for 1 second that men can't focus on their family, that can't be their only purpose in life. I'm not saying that. But Prince Harry is someone who's had all these other massive opportunities in his life. And he seems to have failed at all of them so far, and he knows it because of the Seven of Wands in reverse as the heart of this reading, as his own view of himself. So obstacles for Prince Harry in the way of finding a life purpose, a mission, something he can commit to. The Six of Cups, it's the past. It is the children card, but not the children of his own flesh and blood. It is his childhood. I think that he was used to being in partnership with Prince William in things, and I've seen this in readings when I've done readings around Prince Harry and Prince William, that Prince Harry really relied on that relationship and misses it. They both miss it. I saw that in a reading quite recently. I can't remember which one it was. It's there in my Royals playlist if you want to go rummaging around and try and find it. I think it was a compare and contrast reading that I did with Harry and William. They were both launching projects, awards and that kind of thing, and I was looking at it and I saw very vividly in that reading that they both really missed each other. It's like almost like twins, separating twins, and them feeling that void in their lives. And so Six of Cups, it's the past. The past is in his way, his bond with his brother, with his sibling, and his memories of the past, and possibly also it's in the upright, so it's not negative memories, but it is possibly that he dwells too much on the past. And of course the figure that looms large in the past is his mother and his issues over the loss of his mother. But that's not the way that I'm reading this card. That's a secondary interpretation and a very minor interpretation. It's his brother. He's missing his brother. And so will he ever find a purpose and be happy and fulfilled in his life and lead? Yes, he will. Absolutely he will. And that's a very reassuring card for Prince Harry. The World card in the upright. The World, you can see, is at risk here. But there the couple is in their bunker and they are safe. We've got the bunker again. We've had it in the Four of Hazards, the Four of Pentacles in reverse. They are happy in their bunker. And it looks to me as if it could be his family, his view of his family really becomes his focus in his life. Of course, I have read many times, and I know from chatter that other people read on the subject of divorce, and it's always there in the cards. So there's no happy ending for that family. But it could be that his focus really is on protecting his little family as the world is in peril, as he sees the world being in peril, environmental issues or whatever is going on. It could be. So that is the first impression that I'm getting, and I'm getting that following on from these cards in this reading. But it could be that he takes on some kind of leadership role in the world, a very public leadership role in the world, environmental concerns, particularly talking to me here. And that, I'm inclined to think, is the true meaning of this card. You can see how the earth above the couple in the bunker is scorched, it's parched, it's cracked, and the planet is in flames. And it could be that Prince Harry partners again with his brother in environmental causes. throughout this reading, I've had in the back of my mind the fact that I've always thought that Prince Harry would end up in Africa working as an environmentalist, some kind of conservation role. I've always seen that about him. I was very surprised that he didn't take that up, that he was channeled into other things, and that could come back into his life. The world, it's very public, it's very campaigny in the sense of environmental issues to me, this card. Be interested to hear what you have to say about the world card as it's depicted in the Zombie Tarot. So as it turns out, we didn't get any military men in this reading, but we did get the world in peril. And Prince Harry stepping up and taking on some kind of very positive and very public role. It's not necessarily a leadership role, the world card, but it's a successful role. It's a successful ending of a chapter in his life. So however dreadful things are for him now, and they really are, he really is feeling it at the moment, there is some hope for him. But I think that the hope comes from this card. The Six of Cups comes from when this relationship is over, the healing, whatever healing has got to happen in this relationship is very important, and that's why we're all watching it, and it's got to have its own time. Patience is the Temperance card. That's its true meaning, is be patient and wait. So we are going to have to wait for this to play out so that this next chapter in Prince Harry's life can actually take place. And I know that he has lost a lot of support. A lot of people don't care anymore. A lot of people are rolling their eyes as I say that and saying, we don't care, we don't want the world to be saved by Prince Harry, we don't want to see him on the public platforms anymore. But everybody, I suppose, has to be forgiven, has to have another chance. Harry is going to get his, according to this reading. So, turned out to be a happier reading than I thought it might. At some stage in the middle of this reading, I thought, oh no, this is really going to go south. And but it didn't. And so there is hope, Prince Harry. There is hope. And thank you as ever for watching. We're going to start looking at 2022 in the next few days. I'm going to be reading on what the future may hold for the royals. So I hope I'll see you on those readings soon.